Welcome back to another episode of the only show I know that you can watch me ride around on 92 cubic inches of American muscle through some of the most beautiful places on God's green earth while we read the Bible together. This is Wrenchin' and Riding TV. We are still in Noah's story here. We're about to get into the descendants of Noah here, Genesis 10 and 1. Now these are the generations of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And unto them were sons born after the flood. The sons of Japheth, Gomer, and Magog, and Medal, and Javan, and Tubal, and Meshech, and Tiras. And the sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz, and Riphath, and Togarmah. And the sons of Javan, Elisha, and Tarshish, and Kittim, and Dodanim. By these were the isles of the Gentiles divided in their lands, every one after his tongue, after their families, in their nations. And the sons of Ham, Cush, and Mizraim, and Phut, and Canaan. And the sons of Cush, Seba, and Havilah, and Saptah, and Ramah, and Saptachah. And the sons of Ramah, Sheba, and Dedan. And Cush begot Nimrod. He begot to a mighty one in the earth. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord. Wherefore it is said, even as Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Lord. And the beginning of his kingdom was Babel, and Erech, and Akkad, and Calneh, in the land of Shinar. Out of that land went forth Ashur, and builded Nineveh, and the city of Rehoboth, and Calah, and Rezin between Nineveh and Ketah, the same is a great city. And Mizraim begat Ludim, and Anamim, and Lehabim, and Nephtuhim, and Pathrissim, and Casluhim, out of whom came Philistim, and Caphtorim. And Canaan begot Sidon, his firstborn, and Heth, and Jebusite, and the Amorite, and the Girgashite, and the Hivite, and the Archite, and the Sinite, and the Arvidite, and the Zemarite, and the Hamathite. And afterward were the families of the Canaanites spread abroad. And the border of the Canaanites was from Sidon, as thou comest to Gerar, unto Gaza, as thou goest unto Sodom and Gomorrah, and Admah, and Zeboim, even unto Laisha. These are the sons of Ham, after their families, after their tongue, in their countries, and in their nations. Unto Shem also, the father of all the children of Eber, the brother of Japheth, the elder, even to him were children born. The children of Shem, Elam, and Ashur, and Arphaxad, and Lud, and Aram. And the children of Aram, Uz, and Hul, and Gether, and Mash. And Arphaxad begot Salah, and Salah begot Eber. And unto Eber were born 2 sons. The name of one was Peleg, for his days was the earth divided. For in his days was the earth divided. And his brother's name was Joktan. I'm probably slaughtering some of these names, but we're going to get through it here. Genesis 10 and 26. And Joktan begot Almadad, and Sheleph, and Hazmarethveth, and Jerah, and Hadaram, and Uzal, and Diklah, and Obal, and Abimael, and Sheba, and Ophir, and Havilah, and Jobab. All these were the sons of Joktan, and their dwelling was from Mesha, as thou goest unto Sepher, a mount of the east. These are the sons of Shem after their families, after their tongues, in their lands, after their nations. There are the families of the sons of Noah, after their generations, in their nations, and by these were the nations divided in the earth after the flood. Now we're going to get into the Tower of Babel for just a second here. Genesis 11 and 1, the Tower of Babel. And the whole earth was of one language and of one speech. And it came to pass, as they journeyed from the east, that they found a plain in the land of Shinar. And they dwelt there. And they said to one another, Go to, let us make brick, and burn them thoroughly. And they had brick for stone, and slime had they for mortar. And they said, Go to, let us build us a city and a tower, whose top may reach unto heaven, and like us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. And the Lord came down to see the city, and the tower which the children of men builded. And the Lord said, Behold, the people is one, and they have all one language, and this they begin to do, and now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do. Go to, let us go down, and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So the Lord scattered them abroad from thence, upon the face of all the earth, and they left off to build the city. Therefore is the name of it called Babel, because the Lord did there confound the language of all the earth, and from thence did the Lord scatter them abroad upon the face of all the earth. Now we're going to do the descendants of Shem, so Genesis 11 and 10. These are the generations of Shem. Shem was 100 years old and begot Arphaxad 2 years after the flood. And Shem lived after he begot Arphaxad 500 years, and begot sons and daughters. And Arphaxad lived 530 years, and begot Salah. And Arphaxad lived after he begot Salah 403 years, and begot sons and daughters. And Salah lived 30 years, and begot Eber. And Salah lived after he begot Eber 403 years, and begot sons and daughters. And Eber lived 430 years, and begot Peleg. And Eber lived after he begot Peleg 430 years, and begot sons and daughters. Peleg lived 30 years, and begot Reu. And Peleg lived after he begot Reu 209 years, and begot sons and daughters. And Reu lived 230 years, and begot Serug. And Reu lived After he begat Serug 207 years, and begat sons and daughters. And Serug lived 30 years, and begat Nohar. And Serug lived after he begat Nohar 200 years, and begat sons and daughters. And Nohar lived 29 years, and begat Terah. And Noah lived after he begat Terah 119 years, and begat sons and daughters. And Terah lived 70 years, and begat Abram, Noah, and Haran. Now these are the generations of Terah. Terah begat Abram, Nohar, and Haran. And Haran begat Lot. And Haran died before his father Terah in the land of his nativity, in Ur of the Chaldees. And Abram and Noah took them wives, and the name of Abram's wife was Sarai, and the name of Noah's wife was Milcah, the daughter of Haran, the father of Milcah, and the father of Ishkah. But Sarai was barren, she had no children. And Terah took Abram his son, and Lot the son of Haran, his son's son, and Sarai his daughter-in-law, his son Abram's wife, and they went forth with them from Ur of the Chaldees to go unto the land of Canaan. And they came unto Haran, and dwelt there. And the days of Terah were 205 years, and Terah died in Haran. Alright, so that got us to Genesis 12 here, and about out of time for this episode. Sorry if I murdered some names in there. I was not intending to. We covered a lot of ground, though. Think about the time of all those generations. Every one of those people were living more than 100 years. It's amazing how much ground you cover in Genesis. If you'd like to subscribe, hit the little red subscribe button, hit the notification bell to get notifications. Thanks for tuning in, and have a blessed day.